our guest tonight, and we're going to get to that right now. Let's give them maximum yield of our time. Connor's on the board. Thank you, Connor. Susan Myers-Shirk of Murfreesboro Indivisible. Victoria Broderick is back with us, and Matt Ferry. Welcome to you all. As usual, you can see on your screens. Hello, Susan. How are you doing?
I'm well this evening. Thanks so much.
Okay, good. Pull that mic a little bit closer to you. Get about two. Just pull it to your ear. Let me knock your teeth out.
Yeah. All right,
That's fine.
There we go.
It's good to meet you. And, I'll tell you what, let's do. Connor, if we can, are you ready? Yeah. Can we kick this thing off? Let's go ahead and kick this off, and we're going to get started here with Susan and all the rest, Matt and Victoria, because she's running again against Mr. Desjardins. We invited him. Of course, he's not going to be here anyway. Whatever. And but for right now, my name is Edwin Lee Raymer, and yes, I am still a private investigator. Welcome aboard, everyone.
This is the Edwin Lee Raymer Show with your host, Ed Raymer, on your Good Neighbor station, News Radio, WGNS.
And that's a little rock and roll to kick you off just a little bit. And this is the Edwin Lee Raymer Show, and I'm your host, Ed Raymer, and this show's produced right here at the studios of WGNS AM 1450, 100.5, 101.9 FM, right here in the heart of the great volunteer state, Murfreesboro, Tennessee. You can reach us tonight with your questions, comments, or your thoughts at 1. Or no, you don't have to dial 1 anymore. Just dial 615-893-1450. That's 615-893-1450. You can also send us a text to that number if you're a little too high or too shy and you don't want to go on the air or a little bit out of sorts. And Connor, our producer here, will be glad to read it over the air for you, or he'll give it to one of us and we'll read it. You know, my guest tonight, Victoria, is here with us. Victoria Broderick, how are you doing, hon?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Good. How are things in your neck of the woods?
Just,
Any
up
tornadoes tonight? Everybody okay so far?
Everyone was okay. We did have a little bit of one. I think it was 3 days ago, but we're all good there now.
So far, so good. Okay, mm-hmm. Matt Ferry. Matt.
Hey.
Matt, they let you out. Are you on weekend? Are you just on a weekend release program? Is that what? Matt, are you running for anything? Are you running from anyone? Or?
Maybe running from me.
He's either running. Matt or I are either running for. Matt's running for us. I run from situation. Matt, seriously, glad to have you.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you
for having me.
What's going on?
I'm just here today to support Victoria and Susan.
Right.
So okay. I'm glad to be working with Indivisible, which is a nonpartisan group.
Right.
That tries to hold their legislators accountable. And right now, we're talking about this town hall that we've got Thursday night. And Susan will let you know more. But, we're concerned because Scott Desjardins, our congressman, who has been first elected in 2010, has been missing, has been not in the scene. And his constituents have a lot of questions for him, and he's not only not willing to answer those questions, but not willing to come in front of the public. Well, we're hoping that changes Thursday night.
But with all due respect to everybody involved, good luck, and glad to have you back.
Thank you so much. Yeah,
and Matt's become an older friend. Matt's not that old, but I'm the old guy. But he's an old friend. We're glad to have you. Susan Myers-Shirk, and we're glad to have you here. And I don't know, you don't look too happy about it, but we're glad to have you.
I'm delighted to be here. To speak for.
What are you doing with Indivisible? Tell us about it, please.
Okay, yes. So Murfreesboro Indivisible is a local branch of a larger national organization. And, we first started in Indivisible as a national organization has been around since the first Trump administration, and was founded by two former congressional aides. But they have all these local groups, and the Murfreesboro Indivisible group started back in January when President Trump was inaugurated, and a whole bunch of stuff started happening that
Sure.
really raised a lot of
Yes.
concerns for a lot of people. And my neighbors said to me, "What can we do?" And Murfreesboro Indivisible was founded trying to answer that question. How can we do our bit for democracy? How
Right.
can we
Okay.
make a difference? And our group and our sort of mission statement emerged kind of over time, but we advocate for democracy, for First Amendment rights, for rule of law, and adherence to the Constitution. So
Right.
we're not a radical group.
Yeah, that's what you've got here. We've got Murfreesboro Indivisible. You advocate for democracy, First Amendment rights, rule of law, adherence to the Constitution. Something the current administration doesn't really have any use for. I don't
So
think.
that's a concern. And
Yeah,
and
you might say that. Yeah.
and we're volunteer run.
Yeah.
We're volunteer run. No one's getting paid to protest, for those of you who may have heard that.
And believe it or not, tonight, even though Victoria's here and Matt's here and I'm here, you're nonpartisan. You're nonpartisan.
We are nonpartisan.
But you are progressive.
and progressive in our
And
yeah.
you know, you through a larger part of the state, are you?
So there is a Tennessee Indivisible, and there are lots of local Indivisibles. We are
Right.
just sort of one in that constellation. So,
Okay.
and our particular group, and I do really want to get this in because I think it's a really important part of who we are. While we are, we do some protesting and we do some, calling our Congress electeds, and we're also really committed to creating community, to encouraging conversation, providing opportunities for people to engage and participate. So I kind of want to give a shout out to anyone who's interested in just everything that goes into creating a good democracy.
Right.
We're your group.
Yeah, sure.
Come join us, and
Sure.
we're building that community
Right.
for Middle Tennesseans.
Now, you have an event coming up Thursday night, and this young lady here is involved in that.
We do.
And Matt is here to support you and her and the entire situation. Tell
Right.
us about stuff here at Walnut House.
We are planning a town hall and community conversation on Thursday at 7 p.m. in the Walnut House.
Right.
And it's free, open to the public. We invited Scott Desjardins. We sent him a formal invitation, and we just didn't get any.
We got a non-answer.
We got a non-answer.
That's what I call it.
Yes, we got a non-answer. We've had no confirmation that he's coming, but Victoria is coming, and we're really excited about that, and believe it'll give us a chance to have those kind of conversations that we really need to have.
And open for questions from the community that
there
want
will-
to come and throw anything at her.
Yeah, throw
It's a
anything
brave
at me,
thing to do,
including bread.
including
Just make it
$100
like
bills,
Rocky Horror
too.
Picture Show.
I'm telling you, no. No. And, I can't
toast.
imagine people don't want to be there because Matt and I, as usual, will be opening up with our rendition of Stars and Stripes
I love
Forever.
it. I can't wait.
And
Matt's
yeah,
off camera
it's a tearjerker, and yeah, they've cried for us many a day, and
That's right.
they have for me anyway. I don't know. No, we wouldn't do you that way, folks. But seriously, you're going to start. Is it 7:00 Thursday
7
night?
Yeah.
Thursday night, and we really. It's a great opportunity to meet like-minded folks, to have good conversation, to get some questions answered.
And they worked with me on my schedule because you guys really did help when we talked about it. For those of you who don't know, I work a full-time job. My liberal job is 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. So they're working with me so that I could be there. I always joke about my liberal job on the internet.
But
That's cute.
we're really
Your liberal job.
My liberal. Well, we've been going to all these protests, and I get all these conversations, why aren't you at work? And I literally made a protest sign that says, don't worry, my liberal job is Monday through Friday. Fighting for your rights is 24/7, 365.
yeah,
Right.
that's
That's
great.
my sign.
Yeah.
Well, and that's one thing that we get here, or I do, to try and contribute any way that we can, because this is important, and especially right now in the history of this country. Susan and I were talking earlier. I've never seen times like this, and you know, and I had one Carol Ann. She's down in Chattanooga, and she listens every Sunday. Thank you, Carol. I appreciate you so much. And she wants to know about this big, beautiful bill.
Oh, boy.
Okay. Now, that's a can of worms we can get into. But now, Susan, I don't know if you want to go that way or not, and I don't mean to push you into that. But these are things that are on people's minds. They really are, because in that bill contains some words that can put the president of this country in a situation where he can basically just do what he wants and ignore any court that he wants. I mean, and I've seen some stuff on this, and you know, I want to say this before we go on. I went to a local bookstore here today. Okay, major bookstore, and I walked in, and I wanted to get. I was going to get a national paper, a Chicago Tribune, Wall Street Journal, whatever, you know, before I came up here. So just in case, I might want to pick some topics out, you know, in case. They're not selling newspapers anymore. I asked one of the boys there, a very nice fellow. I said, listen, I see all types of books, but do you all sell newspapers? He said, no, sir, I'm sorry, we don't.
Wow.
I mean...
Did you say why?
Why? No, I didn't want to get into it. I wanted to get up here.
That's probably
and,
above
you
his
know,
pay grade.
Yeah.
I guess. But, I mean, who doesn't read? I mean, you know, I can remember we used to get, you know, I can remember as kids back in 1970,
Back in
you
my
know,
day.
yeah, you know. But we went to the, library. What are you looking at, Connor? And it's like, we got to come up here every Sunday with this old man. You know? But anyway, and we went to the library and read the newspaper.
Oh, yeah, he's got a library card.
He's got a library card.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good. Oh, good. Yeah.
I don't have a library card.
I used to have one, but I think it's expired. But anyway, no, I did. Right over here next door to Linebaugh Library. And, you know, but we would go to the library and read a newspaper. They took a newspaper there every day. And in our neck of the woods, we were in Western Kentucky, they'd take a Louisville Courier Journal. And, you know, the library, the school applied for newspapers, you know, and you could get, and most of us as kids, of course, we'd run to the sports section or whatever to see where our local team was ranked and all
Classifieds
that.
for puppy dogs. That's
For
what I would
puppy
do.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that was a big one. And, you know, but they don't carry a newspaper anymore.
Yeah. And
That's
it's
not good.
it's part of the problem that we're facing right now is that so much of what has unsettled the country and made everything so difficult is the disinformation that's being
Exactly.
promoted
Yeah.
in social media and on broadcast news, and you don't have the kinds of sources that are reliable and credible
Right.
to sort of sort through what's going on. And you're all the time being bombarded, and Americans are all the time being bombarded
Right.
with what amounts to disinformation. And it's no wonder that it's almost impossible to have a civil and meaningful conversation because there's all of this
Yeah.
Mess.
mess.
Right.
Mess.
Yeah.
It's,
Right.
it's a mess.
That-
you
Well,
know.
and it's a
being-
lack of information too, because so many people don't know, like they don't know the basics of the Constitution,
Don't.
and it's like I'm still learning, and I feel like I have to look back and go over that information. And I always tell people, I'm not angry with you for not knowing. I'd rather
Right.
you say I don't
Sure.
know than you come at me with some like outlandish left field whatever. Just ask me the
Or right
question.
field.
Or right field. Yeah, right
Yeah.
field. Right.
Right, but Victoria, you're right. There are certain documents, the Constitution, of course, most of all, the Bible, but the Constitution, other documents of major content that are studied by very learned people every single day and all around the world. Okay, and you're right, Constitution. What did they mean by this word?
Yeah.
And that's big in biblical terms too, because words over time have changed meaning.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's hard to understand for some people. You know, well, the means the. It used to be the.
Well, and it's also like the commas.
Right.
The commas, the semicolons make sense.
Yeah.
And especially in the Second Amendment, comma. If you don't utilize those, it changes the meaning. If you just read past it.
If you read past the comma, that's exactly right.
And I have friends online who read past it. One of the Uvalde fathers, he and I talk on this regularly, and he knows that over and over, and he does it. He says the first line, comma. And then he wants you to emphasize that because those things make sense.
Right.
They change the meaning.
It does. It truly does. Good point. That's a very good point. I'll tell you what, you're just sharp tonight, aren't you?
I am on one.
Matt, I'm glad you brought her.
Matt's over here like, just don't say anything. Just don't say anything out loud. Just don't say anything out of pocket.
Laugh at Ed's dull jokes. Okay. Susan, welcome aboard. We're so glad to have you with us crazy people. And
I'm glad to be here.
so this is one of this thing Thursday night. This get together. This town hall is one of individuals.
Events,
It's one of your events.
Right,
okay.
right.
Okay.
And I just want to say, going back to what you were just talking about, our nation's media literacy has gone down tremendously, and that is by design. The people in power want that to happen so that we don't know that we deserve a congressman who is president in our community and should be working for us.
That's exactly right, because the way these districts have been gerrymandered, I saw one this week that it's the most ridiculous thing you've ever seen, the way it's been gerrymandered. So, and it was designed in a way to where there's not a Democrat that's going to win there.
Right.
Well, they talk about it a lot with this district. With the way it's been redistricted.
Exactly.
I don't touch
your district here. Yeah, I know.
I don't touch a major city, and everyone keeps voting for Desjardins, and God
Except
bless them.
here in Murfreesboro.
Except here in
because
Murfreesboro.
we're the fourth largest city in Murfreesboro.
Well,
Do we have a call?
Someone called.
Someone.
Okay.
I mean, was it for us? I mean,
Well, I can't say what he said.
okay. Well,
Was it juicy? Are you gonna give us the tea?
we're going to go to a break right now, and I'll tell you what. You talk about television and all that. I tell you how crazy it's gotten. I do know. I wish somebody would sue somebody so you could call Morgan and Morgan, and I wish you'd buy some insurance from Liberty Mutual. I mean, that's all that's on TV anymore.
Yeah.
Thank y'all for being with us. Susan is here. Victoria's here. Matt's here. I'm Ed Raymer. Connor's on the board. We're going to go to our first series of breaks, if you don't mind. Be right back with you right after this. My name's Ed Raymer, back with you. Stay with us. Hello, everyone. It's Ed with Private Investigations in Middle Tennessee. If you just need someone checked out on a background check, tag them a run, or if you need someone full-fledged to follow, give us a call. You can reach me at 615-390-7219. That's 615-390-7219, or check out our website at piofmt.com. That's piofmt.com.
I felt so alone, scared, angry, full of self-pity. I just wanted to die, so I took another drink. Then I heard about AA and went to my first meeting. The people there talked about those same feelings. I was no longer alone. They gave me help to stop drinking and hope to start living. Alcoholics Anonymous, it works. Look us up. Check your phone book, newspaper, or aa.org.
Go to J. Mullins Jewelers and check out their collection of reactor watches. They're located at 352 West Northfield Boulevard right here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And also custom-made jewelry. If you want it, they can make it for you. Also gifts for any and all occasions. Weddings, graduations, family reunions, anniversaries, all of it. That's J. Mullins Jewelers, 352 West Northfield Boulevard right here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Hello, everyone. It's Ed with Private Investigations in Middle Tennessee. If you just need someone checked out on a background check, tag them a run, or if you need someone full-fledged to follow, give us a call. You can reach me at 615-390-7219. That's 615-390-7219, or check out our website at piofmt.com. PIFMT.com. That's PIFMT.com.
I felt so alone, scared, angry, full of self-pity. I just wanted to die, so I took another drink. Then I heard about AA and went to my first meeting. The people there talked about those same feelings. I was no longer alone. They gave me help to stop drinking and hope to start living. Alcoholics Anonymous, it works. Look us up. Check your phone book, newspaper, or AA.org.
Go to J. Mullins Jewelers and check out their collection of reactor watches. They're located at 352 West Northfield Boulevard right here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And also custom-made jewelry. If you want it, they can make it for you. Also gifts for any and all occasions. Weddings, graduations, family reunions, anniversaries, all of it. That's J. Mullins Jewelers, 352 West Northfield Boulevard right here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. A caller on the line. Caller, Ed Raymer's here. Go ahead.
Mr. Raymer, how you doing?
Well, hello, Jeff. I hadn't heard from you in months. Sunday, it seemed like.
Well, no, yeah, well, you know, I've been on every ball field.
Oh, yeah. Spring fling is in. Now, is that over now?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Over for another year until next May.
I'll tell you, that's a big moneymaker for especially Murfreesboro and here in Rutherford County.
Oh, it's a lot of
Yes.
motels and restaurants and traffic is bad enough that you get.
I thought you were going to tell me you'd been to a Trump rally or something. I didn't know.
Oh, no, you know better than that. They pay me a whole bunch of money not to be blindfolded. You know, I don't want any either. Does y'all have rallies?
That's a good. I don't know. Does he have?
No.
No, not really.
He hasn't done
yeah.
a town hall since 2013.
Yeah.
2013.
On YouTube somewhere.
Probably. In the early days. You're going to have to go back to digital clutter a little bit.
Yeah. For YouTube.
Yeah. Well, no, YouTube was around then. Yeah, because we've got lots of beautifuls of the early 2000s on YouTube.
It's like I told you before, you were around more this last time. You ran for office and I was there seen Desiree.
Yeah, no.
In South Pittsburgh.
Well, Desjardins been caught in closed-door sessions saying that he doesn't come out and speak to constituents because he would lose votes. Which, I mean, if that's your fear, maybe pick a different career path.
Run for office.
Yeah, you know.
Well, I mean, years ago when Biden and Edwin Lee remembers this, Bart Gordon and the other ones would have town halls.
Right.
Those days.
Right, Bart Gordon. You're talking about Bart Gordon, or
Edwin Lee, do you remember those days? You remember those?
I remember the good old days of Bart Gordon. I can tell you that.
I mean, you remember days when he had that town hall? He actually had a town hall.
Sure.
Show up, they actually asked him questions. You remember that?
Sure, people. I mean, yeah.
I was back in 1703.
Yeah, no, they came and and from both sides of the aisle. It didn't make any difference. Bart didn't care.
right.
You know.
I know he'd take anybody's question. It was. I mean, I know when one of the last times when Blackburn had one, she was saying that she told people that they weren't even in her district. So what are you doing here?
Yeah.
Right.
What are you doing? What do you do? You don't live in my district. What do you ask me a question?
Well, Jeff, are you going to join us on Thursday night?
I was going to ask you that, Jeff.
What was going on? That's the first I've heard of it. What is going on Thursday night? Let them tell me. Tell me what. That's the first I heard of it. So.
No, they're having a. Go ahead, Susan. This is Susan. She's going to tell you all about it. Go ahead.
Yeah, Murfreesboro Indivisible is hosting a town hall on Thursday. That's May 29. It's at 7 p.m. In the Walnut House, which is right off the square.
I know where that is.
Okay, great. Yeah,
I didn't know y'all were doing it. So I know.
Yeah, and we invited Congressman Desjardins, but we have gotten no answer from him, no confirmation. But Victoria is going to be there, so she'll be there to answer questions and to lead us in a town conversation.
Yeah, I'm excited to leave.
I know he can't find Murfreesboro or the Walnut House, so I wouldn't worry about it.
Well, I mean, Jeff, I hope you're going to be there.
Yeah.
I also.
I will definitely try. That's the first time I heard of it. So,
Yeah.
I'll do it. I definitely try to be there. But Mr. Raymer, I was going to ask you what do you think about I mean,
Okay, I didn't understand you, Jeff. What was that?
That legislature in Nashville, they're out of session now. Are you glad they're out of session? They can't mess anything up.
No. You know, I don't know much about what's going on down there. No, I'm serious.
I mean, I don't know. I was going to ask. I know it's next year's is the midterms, and I know a lot of people have probably been. I know the governor's races will be dealing with some other stuff. Do you guys feel like nationally? I'm just going to hang up. Listen. Do you feel like nationally that the Democrats, with the way Trump is going, and I mean, today I saw where he went the names and countries of people from Harvard. I mean, I don't know why he's picking on Harvard. I mean, there's like 6 or 7 Ivy League schools. Why is he picking on Harvard? I mean, there's Dartmouth, there's Cornell.
Hey, Jeff. Just out of curiosity, so you're asking how you think how we think the election's going to go in 2026.
It keeps going like it's going.
You guys mind if I take this one?
Yeah, Victoria.
Well, so
I'll hang up and listen.
yeah,
All
so
right.
I can tell
Thank
you a
you,
little
Jeff.
bit. I can tell you guys a little bit. So I do think that we've got some hard work ahead of us.
Oh,
But
yeah.
we know
Yep.
we all know it.
That's
We're
right.
rural candidates.
That's
Matt and
right.
I know how hard we work. But the numbers don't lie. The numbers in 2024 say that people want progressivism.
Yeah.
They want working class representation. And I'm a
Right.
working class mom. That's what I want to do.
Yes.
I want to represent working class people.
Okay.
And the numbers don't lie, but we've got some work to do. We've got a
Yes.
lot to do, and I appreciate, Matt and Ed and Susan, being along for this ride, because it's a long road for us. I'm the first congressional Democratic candidate to run 2 consecutive elections.
Right.
So that's a huge change. It's a huge. I know you're probably over there like this. She's crazy.
No, Stephen Reynolds did it years back.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, you've
yeah.
got,
That's right. That's right.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right. He did.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
I mean, we're doing something here that's hard work. So I'm going to continue running for office. I'm going to continue
Sure.
being out speaking to everyone.
Yeah.
And I say this to everyone when you're in my speeches or you listen to what I'm saying. Activism is a muscle. So just pick one thing. And I encourage everyone to do that. Even to the caller who left us a little nasty gram. I encourage you to come out and ask some questions because you deserve better representation. I understand that you're frustrated, but you're not frustrated with me. You're frustrated with the lack of representation in the district.
Sure.
And, you can say I'm a liberal. I'm not a liberal. I'm a working class mom who works full time,
Right.
lives in our district, wants to make sure our district is properly represented along with our farmers and our industry workers, because we are a fantastic district with some beautiful landscape, some really good bourbon and whiskey, and we deserve better representation, and that should filter home. So
Right.
To that listener, I hope you're going to show up, and if not, only one of us had the testicular fortitude to run for office, and it wasn't you. So please keep that in mind going forward.
Well, I've said it many times. If you want to make a change, put your name on a ballot.
There you go.
And we have 2 people who are not. Susan, have you ever run for
I
office?
have not.
I have not either.
I respect.
Yeah, no one's ever asked
Matt and
me. Yeah,
Victoria
no one's ever asked me
tremendously.
to. I don't know why. But, we have 2 candidates here that have. And, you put it all out there then, And, I have faith in Victoria, obviously. And I'll tell you what, I still have faith in Matt. Matt's going to rise to the top. Matt started this game as a young man.
He did.
Okay, he did.
Yeah.
It
He's still a
takes
young
long
man. Don't talk
Don't
to
tell him
time.
how old I am.
No, let me
You're still a
tell
young
you,
man.
it takes a long time to get to the fame that I've got here. Okay, yeah, and so
And it
for
takes
all
a lot.
6 of my listeners, thank you so much.
I think there's a little bit more on tonight. I might have.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Do what?
Yeah.
Did I get rid of one?
You said 6 listeners. There's 5 of us.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
right.
there's a
Yeah,
lot
sure.
more.
Well, my
Great
wife
company.
listens on Alexa, and there's you another vote. But seriously, it's you put it out there because you are then in the public eye,
Right.
Yeah.
regardless of how big office or how small it is.
Right.
I mean, you can run for dog catcher, and you're
still gonna have to
passed.
go out there,
If
yeah.
you've cheated on your taxes or cheated on your spouse or
Right.
whatever, it's gonna come. It's gonna come
Yeah,
out.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
Right.
And
So-
I mean, look, I mean, I don't want to hate on my opponent that much, but he doesn't do anything. If I take
No.
everything else away, why isn't he here? Why isn't he speaking to us?
I don't
Why
know.
didn't he say yes? He's out of session. He should be here.
Right.
At the end of the day, like, if you disagree with my politics, I'm happy with that. That's fine. I want you to vote.
That's
I want
your
you
right.
to be. I
That's
want you
your
to
right.
be involved. I want you to have your
Yeah.
freedom because I believe in freedom. But I also am like, I need you to ask your representative, where the hell is he? Why isn't he here? Why isn't he coming to a town hall that is being hosted by a nonpartisan organization that is here to answer questions? Because they have a lot to answer for. Our Medicaid is going out the window. Tennesseans need that.
Right.
Our district needs that.
I know.
Why aren't you here?
And that bill passed the House only by one vote.
Right.
Now, folks, that's the world we're living in.
Yep.
Susan, your comments?
Yeah, so one thing I wanted to say was I'm glad that you mentioned, I'm glad you invited our Nastygram person.
Yeah.
Because I really want to stress that this meeting on Thursday is free and open to the public, and it's meant to be for the residents of Tennessee's District 4. Everyone is welcome, and if you want to come and ask questions, we want you there. We want you to be part of that conversation.
Yeah, and you can come and say that to my face, caller.
Yes.
I want you to come and say
I
it to
would
my face.
ask any caller, and I've had them, when's the last time, okay, that's fine. When's the last time you voted?
Yeah.
Right.
Do you know
When's
who
the
your-
last time
Yeah.
you voted?
Right.
When's the last time you called up your state representative? When's the last time you showed up at our state capitol? Why aren't you
Right.
involved?
Right.
Yeah.
It's easy to sit on the sidelines and throw stones.
That it is.
But
you know.
it's much harder to get involved. And going back to Scott Desjardins, he is our elected representative.
That's right.
His constituents deserve a meeting with him.
No, it's our job.
And to
They do.
completely ignore his constituents and the will of his constituents is
I'm no.
I know.
horrible.
Our
It's a
job
terrible
is,
thing.
Look, you guys are my employer. When I get this job, when I will get this job, when I get this job, you're my employer. If I'm not answering to you, if you don't treat me like the Starbucks barista that you go out and get your coffee from,
Exactly.
I don't know what you're doing, because that's my job. And if that doesn't resonate with you, then maybe I'm not your cup of tea, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Maybe look, I just want you involved. I want you
There you
want
go.
you active.
Right.
I want you to see representation, because it's not a spectator sport. You're right.
Right.
It's not a spectator sport. Now you've got to determine if you're going to be a player on the field or if you're going to be the turf. And I don't know about you guys. I don't want to be the turf.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
Feet don't feel good.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, in government, there is someone, they're there. That person is there to answer your questions. You got a problem with your road? We have a road board.
Right. Right. Yes.
Elaine Williams is one of our people. She's on the road board.
Yeah, she's fabulous. Yeah.
Had her first run, and she's there.
Yeah.
And there were some people, who is this? And she was with us, and I told her, I said, you can do this. Hope Oliver sits on the county
Yes.
commission.
Love her. Yeah.
She did not think the night she won, I don't know, Matt, if you were there or not, but I walked in and she had a smile on her face a mile wide.
Yes.
I'm telling you, you cannot buy that. I told you so. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
And this goes on and on and on. And I'm telling you, many a time, a candidate, and I've told Victoria this, you fresh out of the gate, lots of times you won't win your first election.
Yeah. Right.
Okay?
Right.
But I mean, that's not a reason not to run.
There
That's
you
not
go.
a reason not
Right.
to run
It's
at
not a-
all.
Right.
It's not a
That
reason.
happens.
You got to build some name recognition.
You've
you
got
know?
to get out there.
Yeah.
I mean, talk to Mariah Phillips.
Right.
Mariah, you talking about a heartbreaker. She lost her last, 34 votes?
Something
or
like that.
something
Yeah.
like that.
Right.
Come on,
right.
man.
Very close. Very close.
Very close.
But piggybacking on what you're talking about,
Right.
26 is right around the corner.
It's here.
around the
And
corner.
not
It's here.
Yeah. And not only are all these representative Congress House of Representatives going to be up, but the State House of Representatives is going to be up, and including County Commission here in Rutherford County.
It
All
is.
21
Yes.
County Commission races will be up. And
Right.
this is important. We get some people who want to come around and they want to run for local office, but they want to run for city council. We really want to stress to people, these county commission seats are important.
Oh, they're vital.
And
they are vital.
And you would be
Yeah.
only running against one or two people at the most, but usually just one other person.
That's
and
right.
you can win by 30-something votes. Yeah. It's a significantly smaller race, and it's winnable for us. So if you're thinking about running for office but don't want to run for a big thing, we've got, we can plug you in and try to run for county commission next year. But then on top of that, U.S. Senate and gubernatorial, we're going to be electing a new governor next year.
Exactly right.
So these are big races. These are big races, and hopefully
Matt,
people will come out.
I'm glad you mentioned it. Let me add to that.
Yeah.
We have a bunch of people in this county, and Susan, I'm sorry because you're getting pushed to the side here a little bit because we're getting
I'll slip in there.
Okay, that's you do whatever you want. All you got to do, you'll learn from these two. Just
dive in.
Yeah, just tell Ed to shut up. But anyway, no, I'm telling you, we have a bunch of people in this county that have changed the D at the end of their name to an R.
Yep.
Simply because it made it easier to get reelected.
Correct. Yeah.
And we've got a bunch of those people that if you go up to them and say, hey, I'm running for this office and I need your help.
Yeah.
John F. Kennedy said if a person ever shakes your hand, he said, any man that shakes your hand, you're going to get his vote. Okay, that's a woman too, by the way. Things were different in the 60s, as we were talking about language being different a while ago. But any person that shakes your hand will probably vote for you. You know. And I'm telling you, we've got a bunch of folks in this county. Oh, I've never seen such a turnaround. They've all, you know, we're all, now all of a sudden, oh, you're a Republican.
Yep.
I've got a bunch of them. I really question, you know, really?
Yeah.
I've never seen that out of you. Really?
What I want to slip in here is if you're thinking there's no way I'm running for office, that's fine. I have something for you too. We'll find your micro task, your bit that you can do to support and advance democracy.
Hey, we need people to make we need people to make coffee too, you know?
And to
write letters.
And to make those calls, write those letters, reach out to their representatives, learn about our, you know, you were talking about the idea that, you know, lots of folks don't even know how it all works. They don't know the Constitution. They don't know
they don't know how to pull a petition or what it looks like to put your name on a ballot. They don't know what it looks like. They don't understand what we always think of national politics, but there's so much that goes on at a state level and a county level.
And a local, And so that's part of what we want to do at Murfreesboro Indivisible is, like I said, create this community and engage in civic education. It's something that a number of our members have expressed an interest in. We're going to get started with a regular monthly meeting, and that meeting is going to focus on civic education and on, I think our first one we're going to do is invite someone in to talk about the Constitution. One of our retired judges.
Oh, Lord. So, I'm telling you, it is very, very interesting, that document.
Yeah.
And it is just...
Lots of people don't know what's in it.
And
they don't know.
Right.
You
well,
know,
they don't know what's in it, and they don't know, we talked about the commas. A lot of people, I didn't know, until my friend said that, I had no idea to pay attention to the commas.
Oh, yeah.
So that's going to be really important going forward. And, like, if you're listening, you're like, I can't possibly learn all this. 10 years ago, if you had asked me if I was going to run for office, I would have told you, are you out of your mind? And even 4 years ago, I would have told you you're out of your mind.
Right.
And now here I am in my second congressional race. My FEC papers are filed. I am a legal candidate. The only thing I'm not on is the ballot at this point. And, you know, activism is a muscle. It really does. Like, it started small for me. It started with engagement for me. And then I was always a little bit more interested. But to Susan's point, just come out and learn a little bit. We don't need you to pick up a petition and run for office. What we need you to be is a player on the field. I don't want you to be the turf.
And doing that in community makes it all the much easier, right? Much more easy. Because you can have someone say, I don't know what I'm doing, or I don't know what this says, and you have those conversations, you have those relationships, and together as a community, we defend and protect our democracy.
Yeah,
exactly right. And I'll tell you what, Victoria Broderick's here, Matt Ferry's here, Susan's here with us, with Indivisible, Murfreesboro Indivisible, and we're glad to have her. And we've got an event coming up Thursday night, 7 o'clock at the Walnut House. Victoria's going to be there. Representative Desjardins has an invitation. We're waiting anxiously for him to show up, and it should be a big night for all. And right now we're going to go to our last break. My name is Ed Raymer. Connor's on the board. Back with you right after this. Stay with us. Hello, everyone. It's Ed with Private Investigations in Middle Tennessee. You know, if you just need someone checked out on a background check, tag them a run, or if you need someone full-fledged to follow, give us a call. You can reach me at 615-390-7219. That's 615-390-7219. Or check out our website at piofmt.com. That's piofmt.com.
I felt so alone, scared, angry, full of self-pity. I just wanted to die, so I took another drink. Then I heard about AA and went to my first meeting. The people there talked about those same feelings. I was no longer alone. They gave me help to stop drinking and hope to start living. Alcoholics Anonymous, it works. Look us up. Check your phone book, newspaper, or aa.org.
Go to J. Mullins Jewelers and check out their collection of reactor watches. They're located at 352 West Northfield Boulevard right here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And also custom-made jewelry. If you want it, they can make it for you. Also gifts for any and all occasions. Weddings, graduations, family reunions, anniversaries, all of it. That's J. Mullins Jewelers, 352 West Northfield Boulevard right here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Hello, everyone. It's Ed with Private Investigations in Middle Tennessee. You know, if you just need someone checked out on a background check, tag them a run, or if you need someone full-fledged to follow, give us a call. You can reach me at 615-390-7219. That's 615-390-7219. Or check out our website at piofmt.com. That's piofmt.com.
I felt so alone, scared, angry, full of self-pity. I just wanted to die, so I took another drink. Then I heard about AA and went to my first meeting. The people there talked about those same feelings. I was no longer alone. They gave me help to stop drinking and hope to start living. Alcoholics Anonymous, it works. Look us up. Check your phone book, newspaper, or aa.org.
Go to J. Mullins Jewelers and check out their collection of reactor watches. They're located at 352 West Northfield Boulevard right here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And also custom-made jewelry. If you want it, they can make it for you. Also gifts for any and all occasions. Weddings, graduations, family reunions, anniversaries, all of it. That's J. Mullins Jewelers, 352 West Northfield Boulevard right here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Hello, everyone. It's Ed with Private Investigations in Middle Tennessee. You know, if you just need someone checked out on a background check, tag them a run, or if you need someone full-fledged to follow, give us a call. You can reach me at 615-390-7219. That's 615-390-7219. Or check out our website at piofmt.com. That's piofmt.com.
I felt so alone, scared, angry, full of self-pity. I just wanted to die, so I took another drink. Then I heard about AA and went to my first meeting. The people there talked about those same feelings. I was no longer alone. They gave me help to stop drinking and hope to start living. Alcoholics Anonymous, it works. Look us up. Check your phone book, newspaper, or aa.org.
Go to J. Mullins Jewelers and check out their collection of reactor watches. They're located at 352 West Northfield Boulevard right here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And also custom-made jewelry. If you want it, they can make it for you. Also gifts for any and all occasions. Weddings, graduations, family reunions, anniversaries, all of it. That's J. Mullins Jewelers, 352 West Northfield Boulevard right here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. We are back live with you. Susan Myers-Shirk is here. She is with Murfreesboro individual. Victoria Broderick is here. She's your candidate for United States Senate. House Representatives, United States Senate. Matt Ferry is here. I'm Ed Raymer. Connor's on the board. As usual, you're going to have this event, Susan, Sunday night, Murfreesboro individual. And tell us how, please, And I want to invite all of you Republicans out there, please come and fire away at this little firecracker we've got.
Yeah,
please. No, I'm serious. I'm serious.
Yep.
You know, I'm not being facetious
I
about
want to
it.
hear about it. I want
We
to
want
talk
to hear.
Yeah.
I
We
want
wanna
to
hear from
hear
constituents,
what
yeah.
our current representative, the great things he's done for you, and let us know. And Susan, they also can watch online.
That's right. We're going to be live streaming the event. It's Thursday night at 7 p.m. If you can come live, it's Walnut House, just off the square, but we will have it available through the Murfreesboro Indivisible Facebook page.
Okay.
We're going to live stream it, and we're really easy to find on Facebook. We're Murfreesboro Indivisible, and that's indivisible spelled like in the Pledge of Allegiance, one nation under God, indivisible, right?
Right, okay.
So Murfreesboro, just search for Murfreesboro Indivisible, and you'll find information about the event, and you'll be able to live stream on Thursday
They will
night.
live stream it. Okay.
Yeah, and I'll be live streaming on TikTok. I'm Victoria4, the number 4 Congress.
Okay.
And you can actually sign up for the live event. It is already live on my page, so that you can
Good.
sign up there. You'll get a notification on TikTok that you can watch me. I'll be there. I've got my moderators all set up. So, and just having a little bit of fun. We're having
Right,
fun.
and we want these people to come, and I want you to. I want you as a voter, okay? And you know this thing takes a little bit of energy. Now you think about what these candidates put out, their families, her children. You think about this, the sacrifice they make, okay? Now think about that. We're just asking you to come and listen to what she's got to say.
Ask me a question. Shake my hand. Give me a hug. Take a
Find
picture.
out. Have your picture
Say it to
taken
my
with them.
face.
You know, I mean, come on, man. You know, you've got to put a little get some skin in the game, folks.
Right.
As voters, we've sat back too long and just, well, I don't know, my vote don't count anymore. This is not a presidential election. That is not true. We've got candidates. We have national candidates that are losing races by 4 or 5 votes. They go back and recount and recount and recount. And, I mean, this is a real thing that's happening.
And Tennessee is 51st in voter turnout.
I know.
Right.
51st in voter turnout.
I know.
Like, think about that. And I know there's
One of the
there's some
islands is.
listener.
You mean to tell me one of the islands is ahead of us?
One of the islands is
DC.
DC is ahead of us.
DC. It's all the states.
You
got to
be kidding me.
Yeah.
51st.
Yeah.
51st. But you know what? If you go to your local election commission,
That's
you
great.
you go to the Tennessee Election Commission, they will say vote number 1 in voter integrity. So why aren't you out voting? If your concern is that there's voter fraud out there, why aren't you voting in Tennessee? Because Tennessee's taking care of you. They're making sure that you can vote. And I mean, there are plenty of House bills that are on our state legislature right now that are questionable and could interfere with your rights. Your rights to vote, your rights to participate.
That's what I'm talking about.
And that's a
You got
state
it.
level.
Right.
That's not even a federal level. So I don't know what you're doing out here yelling at me
Right.
on the internet. Like, let's go. I want to see you involved.
And voter turnout is so low in some of these races that we could win them.
Yeah.
Just a couple hundred people come
Couple
out
hundred
and
people.
actually vote.
Take 10 people
That's
with
all
you.
it
Don't
takes.
normally
Right.
vote.
That's all
right.
it takes.
Yeah.
All you need. And I don't.
it's-
I don't care how you vote. I would rather see Tennessee better represented than win the election, because I realize all boats rise with the tide.
There
Well,
you go.
that's what, and Brian and I, lots of times I'll go up with Brian, and I'm not on the air that night, but Brian is, and Bart is, owner of this station, Bart Walker. And, they'll bring out, and Mr. Farley, the head of the election commission, who does
Yeah.
great. They do a
Yeah.
great job up there. Those people,
They do.
that's a long,
They
long
do.
day for those folks, a long
They
2 or
do.
3 days.
Yeah.
Do a great job, and they bring the results out, and like 8% turnout.
Right.
9%.
Right.
If we ever got to 11 or 12, we'd say, wow, we had a big turnout here. Come on, people. I mean, 90% of the people sit at home on their hands.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'm talking about in local elections, county
Right.
elections, state elections, federal
Right.
elections. Come on, man.
Yeah.
And there's a lady here that's going to provide for you. You don't have to be one or the other.
Right.
You don't have to be a member of a party. Are you going to register people to vote at this thing? That's another thing, registration.
That's actually a fabulous idea. I don't know if we can do that, but
We'll
if we
see
can get our act together.
If we can swing it, we'll swing it. We'll at least have someone there to help walk you through getting registered. I feel like that's totally possible.
That's it's on our agenda for, as we're looking over, because this is not going to go away anytime soon.
Right.
So part of our plan for civic education includes voter registration.
Sure, voter registration is it.
Great idea to have it help available on
we'll
Thursday
have sign
night.
up list as well, so that if you want to keep up with what I'm doing, you want to follow me, you want to donate to me, because unfortunately elections take money and
it takes cash,
right? I don't need a bunch of money, guys. I can do this, but I do need your donations, because if you want to see better representation, 90% of my donations were small dollar compared to Desjardins, which was vice versa. 90% of his were corporate donations,
right.
And 10% were small dollar. I don't know about you, but even just hearing that, I want to see representation that has, small dollar donations. I don't want to represent a corporation. I want to represent you.
Right.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, we've got a caller online. Caller, go ahead. This is Ed. Go ahead.
Well, hey, Ed, it's Kathy Watts. How are you?
Kathy, let me ask you what jail you're in tonight. You need bail money?
I am sitting in my recliner, and I have a cat holding me down.
Oh, me. That poor cat. What a job.
My cat loves me.
That's pitiful.
But, listening, and then when I can't stand it anymore, I have to call in because I heard something I needed to respond to.
Please.
So talking about registering people to vote, it's so easy. And I will be there on Thursday night. I'll be checking everybody in. And if there is anybody there who is not registered to vote, I can show them how to do it online on their phone in a minute. It takes no time at all, and I'll be happy to get them registered.
And they can register online anymore.
Yeah, they can still.
You can still register online.
Now, they've got that SAVE Act where they're trying to make women prove that their birth name is the same, they're the same person they were born, but so far it's still okay. We can register if you have a driver's license in the state of Tennessee and you're a citizen, then you can register on your phone.
You mean they let women have driver's license here in Tennessee? I didn't know
the weirdest
that.
thing, guys.
So far.
Hey, ladies, this is the time to remind you, don't change your last name.
Man.
It will benefit you.
I'm telling you, that is getting to be a thing.
It is.
Yeah,
It's
right.
crazy.
I mean, I didn't change mine, but...
Yeah.
I've had 3 last names. I'm in deep trouble.
Well, that's the reason I asked you if you needed some bail money, because I know good and well they've picked you up. I mean,
That's right.
They'll pick me up first, don't worry. On the side of a road, my little sign, my liberal job.
Sure, yeah. No, I'll tell you, that's okay. Yeah, okay. But so you can tell people how to...
I would love to see some Republicans there on Thursday night. I want Victoria to show them how she can represent them as well. She will represent everyone when she is our congresswoman.
Yes, and Kathy, I'm serious about that. I mean, I'm not saying it tongue in cheek. I'm not being facetious about it.
No, me neither.
And please come and talk to this young lady, and check it out. Ask her some questions. See how.
She's a mature woman. She's not a young lady.
Well, I mean, okay, all right. Okay.
I've had 2 tiny humans exit my body.
Okay, all right, yeah.
She's old enough to run for Congress, but she is not old enough to be president.
That is true. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The key word is yet. The husband is on board for me running for president. He wasn't last election cycle. He's on board now. So we'll
I
see
don't
how it
know.
goes.
I'm getting into the George Burns era now. And Kathy, congratulations. You've corrected the host once again. And I probably won't speak to you again till tomorrow, but or until I need a guest again. Is when I get in trouble. I mean, Kathy had to,
She's checking with me on a guest.
Yeah, but here's again. Kathy called. She sent me a text. Could we have someone on the 25th? Normally, that's a courtesy because I just come up here. Hey, we're going to be on the 25th. You know, that's fine. But Kathy, thank you so much.
So no, and I said, well, no, but I just wanted you to get us on the calendar.
Okay.
Well, you can always have me back.
This is Indivisible's first big event.
Yes.
There's another one coming up in June, and we'll probably tell you about it on Thursday night, but we'll keep it a secret for now, right, Susan?
I think that's a good idea.
Good enough.
Excited for that one.
Okay.
But I think that we can end up with that and invite everybody to come to the next event in June.
Right.
So,
That'd be great. That'd
Very
be great.
good.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kathy.
Kathy, thank you so much. Well, I appreciate you. I do. Kathy
y'all have a
Watts,
good evening.
take care.
I just want to say one thing.
Yeah.
We want Scott Desjardins to be there on Thursday.
Yes.
His
Understood.
constituents deserve him
Understood.
to be there. And if you are listening to this and you want Scott Desjardins to be there, we encourage you to call his Murfreesboro office. His number is 615-896-1986. Call his office. Talk to his staff. They're very nice people.
They are.
Be polite. You might be angry
That's
about
exactly
Scott.
right,
Be
yeah.
polite.
Be nice.
These
Be
staffers
polite.
are very polite. Be polite to them and say, hey, is he going to be there on Thursday? I really want to see him there on Thursday.
Yeah.
So again, call 615-896-1986 and talk to his staff and ask if Scott Desjardins is going to be there Thursday. And if they say no, say, I'm disappointed because I want to see Scott Desjardins.
Yeah.
Good enough. Matt Ferry.
Thank you.
Victoria Broderick is here. You're running for United States Congress.
Yes, sir,
Okay?
I am.
Again.
Again.
You will be able to see her and shake her hand Thursday night at 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock.
Susan Myers-Shirk. Susan, it has been a pleasure to make your acquaintance. Thank you. And you're with Murfreesboro Individual.
We are.
And the link is live, so if you are looking, you want to show up, we've got a link. You can sign up. We would love to know that you're coming. That way we can make sure that we've got your information. Just know that you're going to be there because we want to know that everyone is there.
Folks,
There you go.
thank you so
Yes.
much. We are out of time again.
Yeah.
For the Edwin Lee Raymer Show, I'm going to tell you what, thanks so much. We'll be back next week. But until next Sunday at 8 o'clock, I'll catch you down the road. Good night.
Thank you.
This is the Edwin Lee Raymer Show with your host, Ed Raymer, on your Good Neighbor station, News Radio, WGNS.